Welcome to Emerge and Empower Podcast TV, a platform where resilience meets transformation. Here, we amplify voices that have faced trials, trauma, and adversity, stories that inspire hope, healing, and empowerment. Every episode brings raw, unfiltered conversations with individuals who have risen from hardship, embracing faith, strength, and purpose. Join us as we break the silence, uplift one another, and emerge stronger together. New episodes air Wednesdays at 6 p.m. English and Saturdays at 6 p.m. with select Saturdays in Creole for our Haitian audience.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Welcome back to yet another episode of Emerge and Empower with your host, Dr. LinJ. As you can see there, it's me. Yes, I'm the host of Emerge and Empower, and we're here every Wednesday with new episodes of individuals as they are sharing their journeys through their traumatic experiences. For some, like we said, is health. For some, is through grief. For some, is through loss. For some, is through trauma. So the traumas are different, and everyone still have the same reaction. It doesn't matter whether it's not the same, but at the end of the day, everyone go through the same symptoms, the same experiences, and it's not easy. It's never easy as we listen to each of the stories that you've seen here on this platform of truth, because everyone that has come on here are telling us their truth. And whether you like it or not, it's their truth and they have experienced this. So there might be topics on here that you might not feel comfortable with, but individuals are here to share their stories and what they have gone through. Today is not like any other. We have Kellina. She has been on the She Mergence virtual conference, and she is back here today to share her one on one as to what her emergent story is. She agreed that she has emerged and she is still growing stronger each and every day. Like you that is watching, do you have a story to tell? This platform is set aside for you to come on and share your story. Maybe you don't have a story, but someone that you know have a story that they would like to share. Let them know they can reach out to Dr. LinJ at emergeandempower@gmail.com and say, yes, I have a story to tell. If you have anyone on Podmatch, that's a great place to also come in and do your pre-interview. If you are on social media, on all the podcast platforms, searching for guests, all right, you can come on here to Emerge and Empower TV.com. That is our website. You will listen to all the audio podcasts. And when you go onto YouTube, LinkedIn, or Facebook, you'll be able to see the live video part of the podcast. We also have a magazine, Emerge and Empower Magazine. We are just emerging and empowering. And I want to thank our viewers that have kept our views up and are celebrating continuously with us here on Emerge and Empower for Dr. LinJ. So we're going to get right back as we bring Kellina on the set. Stay tuned. And welcome! Yay! Welcome back, Kellina, to Emerge and Empower. And we are truly happy to have you back. You were with us on the She Mergence. I'm wearing my She Mergence t-shirt on the She Mergence virtual conference as she came on that platform. And now she's back to tell her story one-on-one. Welcome to Emerge and Empower, Kellina. Introduce yourself to our audience.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. Hello, everybody. My name is Kellina Powell, aka the Dub Queen Boss. And yes, it is my brand name, to double A. And I'm located in Canada, Toronto. I am an international
Canada.
international. I am an international speaker, a coach for young adults with disabilities, and as well. Wait, sorry guys, I'm only hot. Okay, bear with me. And I'm also like a four-time author as well. So I do have four different types of books out
Yay!
on Amazon, so you can find them on Amazon. And currently, right now, I'm actually in the process of starting my own real estate company as well. And I'm also a mentor. So if anybody's currently looking for a mentor to start their own business, etc. And as well, okay, I'm gonna just stop. Then that's all.
I love it. I love it. You're on the front row seat of your life, and you have gone through experiences, and you did not let them keep you in a box, didn't keep you, tied up, didn't allow it to cause you not to grow, but instead you turned that pain into purpose. It's not easy, all right, to be all of this because you are young, okay? You are young, but you're an entrepreneur and you have your life ahead of you, and that is because you are an overcomer. All right. You are a survivor of all things that you have experienced. So today, everyone, Kellina is here like every other guest that have been on this platform to share her story. Now, Kellina, we're going to just dive right in. So you're going to take us through your story and let everyone understand what you have emerged from. Go ahead.
So I actually emerged from a hearing loss, and I actually became deaf. I became deaf at the age of 4 due to an ear infection. It all happened while I was at daycare, and so everything happened so quickly because once I was prescribed an ear drop, and so my mom told the staff members what the instruction, what to do, and what not. So that same day, I became deaf. So literally, I went till my mom gets up. My mom picks me up. I was fine until I got home. I sit in front of the TV. I was watching TV. My mom tapped me in the shoulder, said, "Clean, I've been calling you." And I looked at my mom, so confused. I'm like, "Mom, I can't hear you." And my mom was like, "Wait, what? Hello?" And then so my mom moving her hand, and then I'm like, "Why are you moving your hand?" It was so funny. I was a little girl,
Wow.
clueless. And thankfully, my grandmother at the time was a nurse, thankfully. And she called my grandma. My grandma rushed home from the hospital. She did some weird thing in my ears. And my grandma, what are you doing? And my grandma said, okay, this is not normal. I could tell my grandma just like shocked. And I see her and my mom pick up the phone to see my family doctor right away, like end of the day. And my family doctor said, unfortunately, I'm booked today. You have to come tomorrow. And so all I remember was waking up in the morning, going to my doctor office. Again, everybody touching my ears. I'm confused. I was so like, what? I felt so helpless as a 4-year-old. Don't know what's happening. Why everybody touching me so much? And I never had so many
Mm-hmm.
people touch me like that. And it was just very, very weird. And then that's when my doctor broke the news to my family that I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do. Kalina's 100% deaf in both ears. And so now I wear hearing aids in both ears since I was the age of 4.
Wow, 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 wow. Now, children, that is one of the common things for children is to have an ear infection, especially when they've had a cold, etc. And many times, for some, it's also with fever. So a lot happen to children at an early age that can actually become something detrimental. So in your case, you had an ear infection. You go to the daycare, so your mom give the prescription medication for them to put in your eardrops, right? And the story just changed. So at school, you heard, or it wasn't until you got home that you realized you couldn't hear. So where did the shift happen as far as the hearing? Did it start from the school?
I no, I think it was when I was just got home. I feel like it was probably when I was walking. I don't remember. I think it's probably when I was walking home. But I think that's when I realized I can't hear.
Wow, 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 wow. Now, we have a lot of parents out here who are watching to understand the significance of a lot of these childhood, what we call common, okay, for children to have ear infections and certain things like that, but it actually can affect them, in its entirety. And as you said that before we go further into your story, my granddaughter, she's now 7, end up taking a Q-tip and she stuck it too far in her ear. uh who knows why she did it. And so ever since then, her mom have to keep it taking her in so they could treat that ear, and hopefully she doesn't have any hearing loss. So we have to also watch the children. Sometimes it's stuff that they put in their ear, or it is a childhood symptoms that we call very common, but it's not so common because in Kellina's case, it has cost her at 4 years old to be loss of hearing. So now, Kellina, take us through this journey, because before there was sound, there was so much going on, and now you're 4 years old trying to explain what you're feeling and understanding the difference because you once heard and now you don't. So take us through that journey.
Yeah, so as a 4-year-old, I'm supposed to get ready to go to school, and so that's something my family had to re-look at and figure out how we're gonna put this little girl into school where she can't find herself.
Mm-hmm.
And for some of you don't know, but in the public school, they do not always have an ASL for the student, or they don't have like a program specifically for the deaf student. So my
Mm-hmm.
family, what they did is smart. So in the morning, I went to the deaf school in the morning, and then the afternoon, I would go to the hearing school, just to
Okay.
help me balance both
Yeah.
communities. So that way, when I'm getting older, like myself now, I can actually communicate with both communities. So that way, I'm not overwhelming myself, and
Right.
I don't feel like I don't know who I am as a person.
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
so when I was growing up, I had that question to myself, like, where do I fit into the community? Do I fit more in the deaf community or the hearing community? But I felt like I fit in both because in my household, everybody speaks hearing.
Right.
I'm the only one. So I'm currently, I'm in the mode. And so it was very difficult because while I was growing up, I always questioned myself, why did God give me this disability? Or why did he give this to me? And I did not understand that. And I had a lot of doubt, low self-esteem. As a little girl who used to be outgoing, I lost
Mm-hmm.
it as soon as I became deaf. And so the hand school did help me a lot to learn how to advocate for myself versus the hand school. I felt very, very uncomfortable in the hand school because they were not accommodating compared to the deaf school was, which is very
Mm-hmm.
weird.
Right.
And had a little girl who always have to ask the teacher to accommodate her. And you're thinking the teacher should know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, that's not the case. I didn't really have a good experience in parent school until I got into middle school and high school. Things got a lot better for me because I know I
Wow.
speak up. But in elementary school, no. I was bullied a lot in the hand school. Unfortunately, I stopped going to the hand school in grade 3 just because
Okay.
it's too far from my house. And my mom was a teenager at the time, finishing college. And my grandmother was a nurse. My aunt was in high school when my mom
Mm-hmm.
had me. So like it was just crazy time for everybody to try to tribute to, like pick me up, drop me off. Like it was too much. And
Right.
family decided to put me in hand school full time. And yes, I was being bullied. I actually did speech therapy. Some of you probably be wondering, wow, she speaks very well for a
Mm-hmm.
deaf person how to hear
Right.
something. I did speech therapy from age of 4 all the way into high school. So I
Wow.
really basically did a lot of speech therapy my whole entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And I did struggle a lot with my speech, especially in the hearing school. That's why I was bullied a lot because every time
Right.
it comes out funny or people think I have an accent, people thought
Right.
I don't know. And so it was very hard and tough for me because as a child mentally, like I used to lie to my mom, like, I am sick. I don't want to go to school because
Right.
I didn't want to face it by myself. Uh,
Right.
However, my families are 100% supportive. They are a lion. So they knew I was lying, that I was sick, and my family dragged me out of school. And I literally saw my family fighting with the principal at the school
Wow.
because the fact that as a young girl who's witnessed that, I can see that I'm like, oh, if my parents can do that, I can do that to the other
Mm-hmm.
kids. So my
Right.
family showed me, they didn't tell me, they showed me how to advocate for myself. They
Right.
started to rely on the deaf school to come and help me with the teacher. But for me to witness my parents and my family coming into the school, making sure I witnessed it. And how
Right.
to move forward, I now know how to advocate for myself.
Right.
So like now moving towards middle school, I was getting a bit better about accommodating for myself. I was speaking up a lot than I should be for a young
That's
girl.
it. Bravo. Bravo. Bravo.
Even like teachers were like, "Oh my God, like you know so much," and I said, "Well, duh, my family,
I love it. I love it.
you know." And as a little girl, I did not want my family to come into the school because I'm getting a little bit older. You know, when you build that independent, like I want to be independent, and every person who's disabled wants to be independent. Not a lot
Yes.
of us want to beg somebody else to help us. Like we don't do that. And it's hard because we are so used to the baggage in our back all the time because we're so used to it. We don't want to rely on other people because we don't. And so, and that's a little person of myself who have that kind of mindset to like, I have to do it. I have to advocate for myself. If I don't get what I need, I'm going to fail school. And same thing with personal life as well. It's not easy. And so again, it all comes down to mindset. How do I program my mindset as a young girl? Like, yeah, so like in middle school, it was not easy. And like learning how to make friends, it was so hard for me because was I was so used to the bullies in the back of my mind. Like, oh my God, they're gonna make fun of me. I'm never gonna make friends. And so I realized that sometimes you have to be alone, and that's something I had to learn as a little
Right.
girl. But unfortunately, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And it did make friends, but also build confidence in myself to be by myself. And so it's not easy for someone like myself to go through that, but I made it up through with the right support system,
Wow.
my family and my friends that I met.
Yeah, that was a lot for a little girl to rediscover, hearing. Good fortunately, you weren't yet in that reading stage, so now you have to learn how to read different and understand different. So it was at a crucial time of your life because instead of unlearning, so now you just have to find a different way on how to learn, how to communicate. So now you're doing it in both areas. So now you're using hand signs and also hearing. So you're doing a combination. All right. And so, and I know children are the worst bullies ever. No one who has gone through childhood
Yeah,
has forgotten what somebody did to you when you were a kid. All right. A lot of us are still trying to heal from childhood bullies. Okay. So those are memories that you don't forget. And so I'm happy to hear that your parents stood up for you. They also realized when you weren't feeling well or when you were afraid to go. So they went to be an advocate for you. And as a result, you were able to stand up for yourself instead of having them come there all the time. And so that's very commendable, very, very commendable. And I know it wasn't easy. You summed it up, but that was a journey. It was a lifetime for you. All right, to get to this place. So you said it got better in high school, and let's go through like the high school journey. As you said, it got better. How better? What was the relation? Because girls are still going through adolescence and feelings, boyfriends, and any of that stuff was happening.
oh my God. The one thing I would say is that my family never treated me different.
Right,
And they never treated me as a disabled child who can't do anything. And so
right.
I think that's why I felt so comfortable going to high school with mature mindset because my family always sit down with me, talk
Hmm.
about boys, and they're like, okay, listen, you got to be protected. Like, it's just crazy. Um,
Right.
I think that's probably why I had the best experience in high school, but it really just taught me that I can finally be who I am. I think, when you have enough of hiding, and I felt
Right.
like in high school, I felt like I was able to break that mirror to say, this is
Hmm.
who I am. This is my reflection. If you can't handle me, goodbye. And
Love it.
I
Woohoo.
in high school, and like I was like, oh my God, I finally did it. Like I meet friends that are so nice, and also too, I stopped going to speech therapist. I
That's
graduated
it.
from it, and I was so happy that I could speak very well. And I just know I have to talk a little bit slower when I'm talking, and so I think that's why I felt so much better in high school because I graduated from a speech therapist. My confidence was even more.
Mm-hmm.
and meeting great people. And I feel like there's more activity to do in high school, right? There's
Mm-hmm.
basketball
Mm-hmm.
that I can finally feel confident to do it, and
Yeah.
rugby, and so it felt like a different whole space and environment because I
Mm-hmm.
also moved from where I originally was bullied at. So I
Okay.
moved
Okay.
to a whole new school, and
Environment.
like no one knows who I am. So I was very, very happy to start fresh and start over. And high school, I never had a boyfriend in high school. I was just too busy trying to be me in high
Yeah.
school. And I feel like high school is such a crucial time for a lot of us because peer pressure and like the
Yes.
good voices, and you're just trying to navigate the real world, kind of the
Right.
pre-ready, get ready. And so it was interesting, but I would say I was able to be me again. And
That's good.
it's hard to explain because when you've been through so much in the dark when you're younger and you finally come to light when you're in high
Yeah.
school, it's just like finally. I don't know how to explain it, guys, but it's just very, very weird. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I was able to be me basically in high school.
I love that. I love that you were able to be you. I love it because the change of environment, oh my gosh. What I realize in life is if somebody knew you from your childhood, they carry that on forever, right? But when you go in a new environment, right, you can be you. This is me. Don't base it off of my past. Don't base it off because we went to kindergarten together, because we went to elementary together or middle together. But now you are now in high school. So what they're seeing is a very open Kellina. They see that you know what you want. They see that you're confident, right? So now you can actually be you, and now you're exploring that. Like you said, you came out of that dark, out of that place, and now you finally are moving forward. You finally are being you. And wow, this is good. This is new. I don't have to fight those old battles. I don't have to deal with those folks, and whatever I say, they have to accept here, right? And so you set boundaries, right? That were necessary that you didn't have when you were in elementary and then even middle, because some of those children came, was in your middle school. So that was really great. That's really great. And so now you have gone beyond high school. Take us to college, into your life now.
So, oh my God, university and college was 10 times better. And then I'm gonna tell you guys the crazy story ever. So when I was in university, I actually started working. My first employment job ever. I was really excited. My first job was actually Central Island, but it was like a part-time job. But my full-time
Okay.
job was it's called Canada's Wonderland. And so I was working, and little did I knew my hair was in a ponytail. My hair was showing. A little boy approached me, and he was also deaf. And he
Oh.
running, and he's like, "Miss, look, I'm deaf too." I'm like, "Oh my god!" I did not meet any little kid that was deaf. I never.
Wow.
I literally almost cried, and I
Wow.
thought, like, this is what I want to see in my life.
Mm-hmm,
Finding
mm-hmm.
somebody who's in the hand community, interacting, who's also deaf.
Right.
And his mom came. She started crying, and she's like, "I've been telling my son nothing's wrong with him, and you just give him that hope. Thank you
That's
so much.
beautiful.
You're going to make a change in the world. I don't know what it is about you, but you're going to." And mind you,
Beautiful.
I was like 20, so I think I was like 17, 18.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, what are you talking about? And you're young, you're like, oh, what am I gonna do to impact the world? Like,
Right.
I'm like, not me. And so I was like, thank you so much. And I told the little boy, like, keep going, keep moving forward. What do you want to be when you get older? And I
Right.
told him, like, don't give up. And that's why university was the best thing for me because that mom literally her work took towards me, everything.
Right. Right. Mm-hmm.
And then little did I knew my last year of university, I actually had a professor who was also deaf.
Wow.
Crazy thing ever. I was crying. Like this time I was actually crying, you guys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I again never met an adult who is deaf, who had
Wow.
the confidence to speak in the lecture, to talk the way he did. And
Yeah.
honestly, you guys, he paused the lecture to change his hearing aid battery.
Wow.
you have so much confidence. I couldn't do that. Like personally,
Right, right, right. Because some people don't want to bring any attention to their
yeah,
disability.
not me. Like I just like whoa, like he had too much confidence. And right there, I just said, I have taught him after class. And I was literally the last one to leave the classroom. I had a good hour conversation with him about
Beautiful.
the future. Why did he do it? And he literally said to me, Kellina, I'm doing it because people like you need more reputation. We need
Yes.
reputation. And I was like, oh my God, you're so right there. And I was asking, what should I do? I don't know. I'm in my fourth year. I'm about to go into adult world. And then he said, Kellina, write a book. Think about it. If you talk to a hearing person, they will tell you they never read a book by a deaf author before.
Wow.
Oh my God, he's so right. And I looked online and there's maybe three or four. And there's not that much. And so
Wow. Wow.
I was
So we're
shocked.
gonna take we're gonna go to these books because she is a prolific author, okay? She is the bomb. All right. So let's get this book up here. All right. And this is book number one.
Yeah.
Take us through this. Tell us what this is. What I love it. I love the aesthetics. I love the crown here. Like, oh my goodness. This is awesome, awesome, awesome. So share this with individuals. Let them know it says every day I'm just deaf. What a title.
Yeah, it's a Life in a Hymn with the Deaf Queen book. It's actually a poem book, everybody, so it's not a chapter book. And I was just thinking, this is actually my first book. I didn't want to be overwhelmed with so many books, but I wanted to make it super short and more relatable, and that's why I created a poem. And it's just really about me being deaf daily basis, and I'm teaching people that you should never doubt yourself just because of your disability or your mental health or anything that comes in the way. Never let anybody stop you from success.
Hmm. Wow, 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 wow. And then we go to another book. So this one is a poem. I love it. I'm gonna tell you, I love the cover. I love everything about this. Okay. I love it. I love it. I'm an author myself. So covers, I love covers that grab you. And this one is just amazing, awesome. And so now we're gonna go to your second book here.
And this book actually published the same year when I actually published my very first book. And I got a great opportunity to be part of this amazing organization, company, sorry, community where all the young people coming together talk about their business. It's called Change Makers, and everybody from different countries, to be honest, and we all just talk about our businesses, what it's like to be young and running a business. And so you can learn so much from everybody in here who are doing so many amazing different kind of business.
Wow, love it, love it, love it. So let's go to the other one here.
Already, oh my gosh, this is probably the most successful collaboration book I ever written because this is involved with all my deaf actors, DJ, producers. They all came in together. It was very cool to meet a lot of successful people who are deaf and hard of hearing coming together, writing their story, writing their hearing loss. And in this book, we actually talk about our hearing loss and how did it affect us in our daily life and what did we do to learn from each other. And this book is amazing for those who are deaf or hard of hearing and you want to get idea of what it's like to be deaf in different areas of life. You can definitely check this book out.
Love it, love it, love it. And the most recent.
And this is my most recent book. I know it's four books. I know people are like, how do you write four books? Honestly, I've been writing books since 2022. So only been 3 years today. I already have four books out. And honestly, this is a book about success stories of entrepreneurs with disabilities. So if you're someone with a disability and you don't know what type of business you want to do, you can grab this book. You can read different type of books that we all write and create about. It's really cool to check out and see what other people are doing. And if you're someone who wants to support a disability business, definitely grab a copy of this book. Reach out to people in the book.
Love it, love it, love it. So, Kelena, what I would like for you to do is we're going to go to this book here and walk us through someone who is watching as to why they should be interested in this book. Take us through that wisdom that you experience and share here.
Yeah, so for us, well, myself, and so I would say the wisdom that we learn is that there's not a lot of reputation in the deaf community. I feel like a lot of us don't understand how to um how to communicate, right? And sometimes a lot of time a voice is not heard because of sign language. Not everybody knows sign language. And this is why they said success wisdom because a lot of us, not everybody can communicate like I do. And it's very important that we do bring everybody together to let them know that you can do what you want, either even if you don't speak or you do sign language. And that's
Mm-hmm.
okay. And I feel like in this book we have therapists, psychotherapists, audiologists coming on and talking about their story. And it's very important that we all learn how to really get together, especially how the deaf community and the hard of hearing community, because everybody needs to come in together and really learn how can we uplift each other. What is the wisdom that we can pour onto other people? And this is why we call it success wisdom.
Wow, 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 wow. And then we're gonna go to this last one, your most recent one, the
Yeah.
trailblazing, because I believe that every entrepreneur, whether an entrepreneur is deaf or not, I believe they will benefit from just buying this book because you're giving success stories of overcoming a disability. Many people do not have a disability in the sense of their senses. Right? And sometimes it's disabling based on a past experience or a traumatic experience that they've experienced. So, how will you talk to someone on this journey of transforming into success story?
I would always ask everybody, what is your why? Right? It's important to start with your why. I feel like a lot of us are just doing it because the money is there or the fast money. I know a lot of us like that, but personally, if you have a message to spread to people, especially if you really, really want your voice out there and you want your work to be out there and you want to make an impact, that's the best way to have success story. And because we do need a lot more disability people to be out there advocating, getting started on a business, especially because we need more business owners who are disabled. And there's a lot of us are disabled. A lot of people don't know why. And one is enough of doubting yourself. And that's why we wanted to call it success stories of entrepreneur with disability because even if you do an entrepreneur, you can also become success and you can have success stories where you can actually make an impact on other people's lives. And it's so important that we do create, like I said before, create a community because if you don't have a community, you can't go farther, right? If you can go alone, you can't really go that far
Right,
into a
right.
community. But it's important that we all come together as one whole big community, one big family to help each other to become successful. That way we all can be uplifting the community. So that way we're not over here like saying, oh well I can't do this because I have disability, oh I don't know anybody
Mm-hmm.
who can support me. So that's why I
Right.
think it's really amazing for anybody to take a look at it.
Wow, wow, wow. This is indeed tremendous, and I love what you bring forth here as far as the journey. All right. So, do you have any other anything else that you would like to share as far as we know that it was not an easy journey, but you are a survivor, you are a fighter, right? And that's what I love about you. You're 26 years old, you're CEO of your life, you're an entrepreneur, you're an author, okay? And what you're doing is giving back, right? You've turned your pain into purpose. You've emerged. So yes, you are she emergence. You've emerged, right? In your emergence, what can you say? Someone is probably watching right now who feels stuck. All right, they feel stuck. They're in that place. Some of the experiences that you went through can help them. So, what can you tell them in these experiences that you've gone through?
Oh yeah, I love this question so much. There's so many things that anybody can do. Number one, I know people are on a tight budget. They cannot hire a therapist. That's one. Number two, I tell people if you cannot hire a therapist, make sure you do have a good, solid support system. Okay? That's very important. Because the
Mm-hmm.
reason why I said that is because at the end of the day, we all need someone to talk to and turn our back to. If you can ask the government. There's a government funding therapist that you can go to. However, the wait list is very long, just to keep that in mind.
Right.
And that's what I did. I personally found a counselor with the government funding. Again, I was on a government assistant. I'm not going to be embarrassed by it. I came out of it.
No, why?
Yeah, and
There's no
that,
embarrassment there. You go where you could get help.
yeah, exactly. So I did what I had to do, right? And
Yeah.
to a therapist, a counselor, I did such an amazing job. They did great working with me, and then I make my way up. Every day is day by day by day, right? And I tell people, do not overstep, do not go crazy, because that's not success in the long run. What you're doing is
Hmm.
you're killing yourself for short term. It's
Right.
all about long term. Everything is about long term, and I keep telling people, especially my clients, when they meet me, like, oh my god, I want this and this. I say, whoa, slow down. Everything is long term. Nothing is short term. Because if you rush, your results is going to be messy, and you don't want.
Yes.
And number two, what I did was I started reading books about psychology, the mindset, like entrepreneurship. Like read books that you definitely really could like. I advise people start reading books about your anxiety, depression, understanding it. Because I feel like when you learn and educate yourself, the
Right.
more that you can be. And that's what I did. I read so many books about how to talk to yourself positively, how behavior, like understanding people, and I read a lot of it in school, and also because I actually went to school for psychology. And
Hmm.
Magno, I hate reading textbooks. I really did. But until like the professor told me, he said, as somebody who has anxiety and you've been through so much in life, Kellina, with
Yeah.
mental health, you do need to take your time to read this textbook because it will help you. And I didn't realize how much knowledge I got from a book versus a therapist.
Yeah.
Very interesting because you would think that the therapist will help you more, but no, reading a book, you get so much knowledge. And number three, I actually cut off so many friends who does not benefit me. It's
Come
very,
on. Come on. The cut. I
yeah,
love the cut. Come on.
it was very hard. I actually did cut off a lot of friends who did not support me, know how to accommodate me. It was very hard because, I it's hard to let go sometimes, right? When we have a
Hmm.
friend with that person, you're like, oh my god, I really like this person. But at the same time, you have to understand you have to do what's best for you. Because
Yes.
if you don't do what's best for you, you're gonna be in the dark spot for a really long time because of that one person that impacts your life. And I
Yes.
will tell people, it's the same thing goes with make sure you choose your partner wisely. Make sure you choose your friends wisely as well,
Yes.
because
True.
it does represent who you are at the end of the day. And it's hard to cut off people. It really what trust me.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
a very nice person. I love opening doors for everybody, but then I realized I cannot pour my energy to every single person I meet
No.
because it's
No.
draining and it's exhausting. But you do need to find the right person for you. Especially when you're finding a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you do need to make sure you pick your partner wisely. Same thing. And
Yes.
for me, I just started dating in my early 20s. In my 20s, I started dating. I didn't really start dating until then. It's because, again, my confidence, it was there, but it wasn't there as I
You
needed
have
to
to
be.
build yourself.
Exactly. I had to build myself. Same thing with my friends. They were helping me to build myself, but there were some people dragging me down because they're like, oh,
Hmm.
yeah, I know you can't do this or you can't do that, right? So it's very important to find the right people because it's so important to have the right circle. Very, very important. And the fourth thing is make sure you do something you like to do. Keep yourself busy. Do a hobby that you love, enjoy. If you're somebody who enjoys going for a walk or hiking, join a community that does hiking so you can meet
Yes.
other people who are similar to your interests. And that's how you
Hmm.
make friends. So those are my advice.
I love it. They're all great, and the part about cutting, because sometimes people can spend 10, 15, 20 years stuck with people that they should have already cut off because they're toxic, they're draining, they do not believe in you. Right? They don't believe in you, and they always can't. You shouldn't. And that way they don't allow you to evolve, right? They don't give you the grace, to become yourself. And people like that, you definitely have to cut off. It takes time. I've said prayers to God for people that was hard for me to cut off and say, Father, find a way to just release it where it doesn't seem like it's a bad breakup or a bad thing, but just get to a point where we just lose interest. You understand what I'm saying? And we're still cordial. When I see you, I see you, but we're not friends. I could love you from a distance,
Yep.
right? Instead of having you here in my life. And that is crucial. You know, we even said that on the podcast that you were on for session 6. We said we have to let some people go. You know, that's the only way that we can move forward, because everybody can't go where you're going. And I love what you said about finding your own community. If you love hiking, find people who like what you do, right? Even when it comes to trauma, there are trauma informed communities. There are so many modalities for people who are dealing with trauma. If Emerging and Power is not the platform where you're not ready to share your story, then find one that's going to help you heal, so then you can come forward and say, I've emerged and I have a story to tell. So there are platforms. If you like knitting, find a knitting community. You like writing, find a writing community. You like cooking. There are so many communities out there. And so what happened is we are not being great because we're not around the right people,
Yep.
right? We're not around the right people. This is a story that I love since I was a little girl, when they was the ugly duckling. The ugly duckling story. He was with the wrong people.
Yep.
You understand? But then once he found himself, he was a beautiful swan. Okay. So you need to find the pond. Go find the pond with the people that you're in, and you can be great. And they understand you. All right. There is no competition, because we're all went through the same thing. Like people who are alcoholics, they go to AA, right? To see like-minded people who will pour into them to encourage them to move forward into their journey. All right. So definitely, this is a powerful session. That's why I said, everyone that's watching, this is different. We keep having some differences in here. And that's how we have Kellina today. And she's talking about a disability. Because remember, we tell you, when we talk about trauma, everyone's trauma is different. And their journey through that trauma is different. So for Kellina, she wasn't born deaf, but through an ear infection, she became deaf at 4 years old. Now she's being bullied, okay, for a disability. And this is one of the things I don't like. It just because you're not some way doesn't mean you must treat somebody indifferent. Okay? I always believe that you have to treat everyone, because this is what I always say. You just never know.
Nope. No.
You just never know. If it isn't you, it could be somebody you know. It could be a child. So don't tease people because of an impairment. All right. Don't tease people. All right. For you, it was for unable to hear, but there are those who can't see and hear. All right. There are those who can see and hear, but they're not mobile. All right. So there are so many and guess what? Trauma is also is disabling. You know how many people are stuck in a traumatic event and they keep repeating that cycle? And it's in their head, they can't get beyond it. All right. They're excelling academically, but they're failing in their life. All right. So there is so much going on. And I love what you said, because find your own community. Wow. I mean, can you say that any louder? Can you say that any louder?
Find your own community and create it if you do not have one, or find them.
That's it. That's it. That's it. I just love it. So again, you can find these books. Where can they find your books?
So everybody can find my book on Amazon. You just type in Kellina Powell and it will show up.
All right. Thank you so much. And so, Kellina, as we are about to close, what would you like to leave with our audience on today?
I would say is this. I'm not going to be a little bit emotional all the time. So I would tell people, and life is too short to be stressing out over something that you have no control of. Leave it to God. Let God control your life. Because believe me when I tell you this, if you leave it up to Him, your life will flow. But it's how you react, how things happen in your life. That's my advice.
That's it. The reaction, guys. It's the reaction, or your attitude while you wait. It's reaction and attitude. all right, that defines the outcome. All right. So let us continue bringing a positive community. So, Kalina, we thank you so much. And she's not going to be a stranger here because when we start doing our entrepreneurship series, okay, she'll be back to walk you through some steps. Okay. So, what they say, where those haters at? Because she has evolved and she's doing. Listen, while people, this is something that comes to me all the time. The worst thing somebody can tell me is, I can't. You're not worthy. You now pushing me. You're empowering me. Like, what? I might feel it some kind of way, right? We feel it, we process it, but then we use that, as the energy to push, to excel. Okay? So they also say the worst thing people could do is leave you when you're down.
Yeah.
All right? Leave me when I'm down. Because trust me, it's going to hurt me, but it's going to push me, all right, to go beyond. So a lot of us are so focused on how people are treating us and what they're doing to us. But what we don't realize is use that. Use that to be your stepping stone to do better. Not whoo, whoo, woo, woo, boo, woo, blowing out paper towels. No, push. We gonna feel it. Ouch, that hurt. But what can I learn from this?
Yeah.
That's what it is. And so for every time it hurt you, you excelled. Every time it came at you. And now today, I can say nationally, you got to be one of the top authors, you understand me? Because there aren't a lot, like you said, that are writing. And here it is, your book. And there's more. There's more to your life, Kellina. Now, you said you in Canada. Do you speak any French?
No, I do not.
No, parlez-vous français?
No, that's only Montreal. That's it. Montreal.
Oh, wow.
Montreal is where they speak French, everyone. If you come to Toronto,
Okay, so I think that's the next thing that you need to learn. Like me, I'm bilingual. I speak Creole. Creole is a broken French, right? So I read the
that's my
French.
that's actually my family first language, and I don't speak it.
You don't speak Creole?
No, my family does, but not me.
What? So,
People be surprised. They're like, "Wait, your first language is English?" I'm in French, and I said, "Yeah, Creole French." And then people like, "Kalina, you don't speak French, but yeah." I'm like, I don't know. I think it's
faut parler Creole, parler Creole, parler Creole. So I'm gonna challenge you, okay, on today, and that's will be the thing to go and learn it because you can. All right, it's beautiful to be bilingual, and trust me, that's gonna help a lot, okay, in the Haitian community, especially because we don't have a lot of children of Haitian descent that had disabilities and have succeeded because they put in a box. Parents don't believe in them, don't push them further for school. So listen, trust me when I say this, that you will be making a tremendous impact in the Creole community, for people to hear your story. Come on, girl. They're going to be calling you to every event. Yes. So I'm going to challenge you to parler Creole. All right, everyone. So we thank Kellina on today as she's been here yet again to come here and share her story. Okay. We're laughing today. Okay. But she was crying yesterday. And that's what I like. And the Bible says, is he says, what you sow in tears, you will reap in joy. And we thank God for Kellina's journey, and her best is yet to come. All right. We will be bringing her back because there's so much about Kellina that the Lord is unfolding. And next time we'll be speaking in Creole, right? We'll be speaking in Creole. So we want to thank you so much. And I'm going to close off with a prayer on today. Father, in the name of Jesus, I thank you. I thank you yet again for another wonderful episode. I thank you for Kellina's life, oh God, that you have turned her pain into purpose, oh God. And Father God, at a young age, oh God, that she is a CEO. Father, she is a four-time author, Heavenly Father, Lord, and she's working to do better for her community and not letting her disability keep her back from being great. And I thank you, God, for giving her the strength that she can push forward forward. Now, there are others that are on here on today that has a disability. I had a young man that was in a wheelchair, but he graduated. He went to school and he says, I want to be a motivational speaker, even though his speech is impaired, but he is pushing beyond his limitations, Father. While there are those who are stuck, can't move. It might be an addiction that they're dealing with, alcoholism. It could be PTSD, a trauma that they have experienced. Father, on today, let Kellina's story empower. Let Kellina's story bring healing. Let Kellina's story ignite in them something that was missing. Turn the light on, turn the power on, turn the strength on so that they too, Heavenly Father, can move forward. Touch your individuals wherever they are, in their family, in the car, where they're sitting, where they are. May somebody share this story to someone who feel like their life is hopeless, where they are angry because of their disability, but to take that anger and turn it into power and ignite into something beautiful. We thank you. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen, amen, amen. Thank you so much, Kellina, for being here on the set. And everyone, she will be back. You know, I bring everybody back. So bye bye, bye bye. Thank you so much, Kellina. All right, everyone, you've seen it. You've seen it. Like I said, emerge and empower. There's so many individuals that are emerging, right? They're emerging from so much. In Kalina's case, she was not born deaf, but at 4 years old, an ear infection, and later she was deaf in both ears. She take us through the journey, but she didn't let her disability keep her trapped. All right. She learned, she evolved. Okay. She finished school, went to college, and now she is a CEO and a four-time author, among other things that she does. So she wear many hats with a disability. And as you can tell, you can see her speech classes were successful. She's very fluent and we can hear her. We thank God for her life. Now, you who are sitting here, what is keeping you? It is time for you to emerge, to not let the situation that you're in right now define who you are. You are not your disability. You are not the situation that you are in. Get a hold of your life and emerge and be like this. She emergence. I am she. Emerge. Emerge. Let go and glow. Let go of the pain. Let go of the hurt and glow. Don't listen to nobody. I don't care who. You put that person too high of a pedestal, all right, for them to determine, for you to decide how to feel based on what somebody has said. No, that is not who you are. You are better than this. Get your remote back, okay? And change the channel. And like Kellina said today, choose your circle, all right? The thing that you believe in, choose that. Okay? We are not all the same. I have siblings. We all have different journeys and experiences. Just like your friends, we are not all the same. Some people, unfortunately, you have to let them go. You got to cut it off. It's not easy to do so. It hurts because you care so much. But don't care too much that it causes your own demise. Don't care too much that it causes your own pain. Don't care too much that it traps you. We go on the airlines a lot. The first thing they tell you to do if there's an emergency, give yourself oxygen first before you give it to somebody else. Okay? Take care of you first. Let's emerge. Let's move forward. So I want to thank you for you being here on the podcast. And as you know, we are still in this journey as I'm taking everyone through. So I'm going to take you here as we are continuing with our book. All right. We have the book here as we are emerging. Come on, where is it at? Okay. All right. Dr. LinJ, get it. Unholy at the table. All of those virtual conferences. This is what it was about. Healing before the seat. So when you sit down at that table, you sit down in right posture and with confidence. And not don't let nobody pick you up from that seat. All right? Don't let anyone pick you up from that seat. God has given you that seat. That is your opportunity. All right? That is yours and yours alone. We have to stop letting people define who we are, how we should act, how we should move. We have to stop it. We have to stop it. I'm going to put the website here so you can go there and order the book. If you want an autographed copy, go to my website. If you just want your own copy without an autograph, then you can just go to Amazon. All right. And it is shemerchants.com. All right. Shemerchants.com to get your, there we go. Shemerchants.com to get your copy. All right, shemergence.com. That is where you'll get your copy and you'll see all of my other books as well. Now, go and leave reviews. Go on Goodreads, leave reviews on Goodreads. All right, go on Amazon, wherever you purchase the book. Go on all the platform. All you got to do is copy, paste on all of those platforms and leave the reviews. Listen to me. This book, you're going to say, man, she see me. She hear me. Oh my God, this is what I've been waiting for all my life. Okay? This was supposed to be my first book, Unholy at the Table. I had the title before I even could bring my story together. And I was like, no, not yet. Because I need to share my emergence first. I have to take people through. The workbook is in the works. There is more to come. There's more to come. Tune in. Tune in, tune in, tune in. All right, tune in. You are watching or listening to Emerge and Empower. All right, what I need you to do, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Stop staring, subscribe, like, and share. Help me build my audience. Help me build my audience. Subscribe, subscribe, like, and share. Now. Let's do this. Reviews. You got work to do. Your homework. Review. Work. Ooh. And you saw it. I just had Kellina on here with 4 books. All right, 4 books. You have a story in you. Release that story. Release that story. All right? Go to shemergence.com. Get your autographed copies today. Today. All right, everyone. You have been watching Dr. LinJ on Emerge and Empower. Yeah. Bloop. Work silently and let success make the noise. Bye-bye.